All right, everybody. So we are continuing to talk about with these radicals, and we're going to evaluate or simplify when radicals are in these binomials. We're pretty comfortable with binomials. Binomials, bi is 2, and I've got 2 things in here. That's why they call it a binomial. And I'm multiplying, and I'm mixing addition and subtraction with multiplying. That means we are distributing. X times x giving me x squared. X times -5 giving me negative 5x, 3 times x giving me 3x, 3 times -5 giving me negative 15. I happen to have like terms, so I can combine them, and that is the simplified form, the product, if I multiply those 2 binomials. Don't forget, you could factor this, and that'll get you right back here if you factor correctly. But we're multiplying, so the kind of the undoing of factoring. The same logic applies here. The same logic. You're going to double distribute is the word. FOIL is fine, but you're going to distribute that 2. You're going to distribute the rad 5. So let's start with the 2. I'll do green again to stay consistent. So 2 times 1 is 2. How do you do 2 times rad 5? 2 is not inside the radical, 5 is. So how do you multiply them? This is the only way, 2 times rad 5. A common thing would be to think that it's rad 10. It is not rad 10. The only way you can get rad 10 is if you do rad 5 times rad 2. That equals rad 10. But 2 times rad 5, the 2 is not in the radical. That is just 2 rad 5. So there's a difference. Now I've distributed the 2, now I have to distribute the rad 5. Rad 5 times 1 is rad 5. And then look, rad 5 times rad 5. First of all, it's a positive times a positive, so it's going to end up in a positive. But both of those 5s are inside the radical, so I can multiply them. I can combine them, and I get rad 25. Now, do I have like terms? Yes. I've got 2 rad 5s plus 1 rad 5. That's a grand total of 3 rad 5. And rad 25 is just 5, which can now be combined with the 7, and that is our final answer. Someone out there, not in this class, but someone's thinking, ooh, isn't it 10 rad 5? And the answer is no. If you want to get 10 rad 5, you need 7 rad 5s and then add 3 rad 5s. That'll get you 10 rad 5. But here you don't have that. You just have 7 plus 3 rad 5. Example 2. Same thing. So 5 times, we're going to distribute the 5. We're going to distribute the rad 2. So 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times, a positive 5 times a negative rad 2. That is a negative 5 rad 2. And then distribute the rad 2. Rad 2 times 4 is positive 4 rad 2. A positive rad 2 times a negative rad 2. That's a positive times a negative, so it's negative radical 4. So the multiplying is done. Now it's just a matter of, why did I put 5 there, guys? Come on. Come on, Scarlett, you're better than that. 5 rad 2. All right, any like terms? You betcha. Negative 5 rad 2, negative 4 rad 2. That ends up being negative 1 rad 2. I got 20 over here. Rad 4 is the same thing as just 2. I've got positive 20, negative 2, so that becomes 18. 18 minus rad 2, done, done, done. Moving on. Oh, this one, how is this one different? I've got more radicals, but the process is identical. The process does not change. Rad 3 times 4 rad 3. All right, so rad 3 times rad 3 is going to give me rad 9. But what do I do with that 4? Realize that's 1 rad 3 times 4 rad 3. You see how the 1 and the 4 are both outside? So they get multiplied together. 1 times 4 is 4. And then rad 3 times rad 2, well, they're both inside the square root, so they become rad 6. And then I've got rad 2 times rad 3. There's a 1 in front of that rad 2. It's 1 rad 2 times 4 rad 3. So the 1 times 4 gives me 4. Rad 2 times rad 3 gives me 6. 1 rad 2 times 1 rad 2 is 1 rad 4. And I got a whole bunch of stuff to combine. First of all, the two middle, I got 1 rad 6 plus 4 rad 6. That must be 5 rad 6. This is 4 times the square root of 9, which is 4 times 3. And that's just 2. 4 times 3 is 12. 12 plus 2 is 14. And there you go. Remember, on the multiple choice test, 19 rad 6 is going to be an answer, but that's wrong here. 19 rad 6 could come from 14 rad 6s plus 5 rad 6s. That equals 19 rad 6. But if you just have 14 and 5 rad 6, they're not like terms, so they cannot be combined. I think I got only one more. One more. What do you do here? Well, that square means you multiply whatever's in the parentheses by itself. So rad 6 plus 3 times rad 6 plus 3. And then now it's just like the old problems. Rad 6 times rad 6 is rad 36. Rad 6 times 3 is 3 rad 6. 3 times rad 6 is 3 rad 6. 3 times 3 is 9. Do I have any like terms? Sure do. I have 6 rad 6s. Rad 36 is 6, and 9 is just 9. So altogether I got 15 plus 6 rad 6s.